Hello friends, welcome back to Industry Learning and today in this session basically I am going to talk about the 7 step approaches of FMEA that is totally based upon the new concept that is based upon the alignment of AIAZ and VDA. So our main agenda to understand in this session that is what is AIAZ and what is VDA and after incorporating AIAZ and VDA how they brought a new concept of FMEA. So let's we continue with these sessions till next 10 or 15 minutes. I guarantee I will make you understand what is this FMEA and based upon the new concept how this 7 step has to be taken. So let us see about this alignment of AIAZ and VDA and how after incorporating they brought this new concept of FMEA in 2019. So basically, automotive suppliers to both American and German OEMs were required to access their failure modes and effects differently. And basically, these two means countries like North America and Germany both have their different sets of FMEAs and the severity that basically we take in numbers like 1 2 3 1 to 10. So the way of taking these numbers had basically totally different from America to Germany. So when some parts that has got manufactured in America and has been sent to Germany for assembly and the company of America send that FMEA to Germany and they match with their own, then they found that these are both are different. This is not as same as it should be. So finally depends upon that they got solution and in that solution they incorporated that our FMEA should have some common properties and so for that like difference between the severity occurrence and detection rating table in AIAZ and VDA FMEA manuals so caused confusion and added complexity to product development and process improvement activities. So alignment was needed in order to create a common set of requirements so supplier can have a single FMEA business process meeting needs and expectations of any of their automotive customers. So for this, the one of the quality assurance institutions that is AIAZ and another from Germany that is VDA both incorporated and made a new concept. So that's why you can see here that AIAZ brought its color blue and VDA brought its color red and they brought one quality manual and brought like something you can see here half of blue half of red and this handbook they provided to both America and Germany so that they can have a common set of quality rules. So after they incorporated, they brought us 7 step approaches that we are going to see here. So based upon that, the first step process is planning and preparation, and next that is structure analysis, and the third step that is function analysis, the fourth step that is failure analysis, the the fifth steps that is risk analysis, the sixth steps that is optimization, and the seventh steps that is results documentation. So based upon these 7 steps, now the both Germany and America has got a common quality tools for FMEA and they incorporated this for their business. So basically these 7 steps they have been classified in further 3 categories like this planning preparation structure analysis and function analysis they kept under system analysis and next failure analysis risk analysis and optimization analysis they brought under failure analysis and risk mitigation and the last one that is result and documentation that kept under risk communication. Got it? Because you can already see that documentation and all related to communication only. So let us understand this one by one in coming slide. So the first of all, if I talk about planning and preparation, uh, the first step of this mm, FMEA, new concept of FMEA tools, that was consist of 5T, like intent, timing, team, task, and tools. And so what was this intent? So this says that do all the core members receive the training on FMEAs in your company? And the second question arises that have all the core team members allocated time to fully participate? These two, the first question we have to ask, because until they will have the training or they have the time to participate, they cannot do FMEA in a company. So this was the first question. And second, timing. What APQP phase or VDA maturity level is in the project? And next one, what is FMEA start and target completion date? This was the second question arises in terms of timing. And the third one, that is team. So according to this, how the team members been assigned with clearly defined roles and responsibilities: leader, facilitator, champion, core teams members, extended team members, like that. And the fourth one, that is task. So is the scope of the study clear? Has the documentation or reporting methodology been clarified? Will the FMEA report be shared with the customer? And the last one, will the FMEA result be audited? This is the task. That is the fourth T. And the fifth T, that was the tool. So it says that will a spreadsheet or a specific software program be used to the document for the results? And or we can say that whether we have to do, means early stage of when softwares and all was not that, and basically in register and using a register, this and all things was done. So this planning and preparation was the first step, and the second step, that was structure analysis. So based upon this, the two things were there, that is DFMEA and PFMEA. DFMEA describes the design failure mode and effect analysis, and PFMEA describes process failure mode and effect analysis. So here, if I say that identification of design, interface, and interactions, close correlation in DFMEA, and the tools that we use for DFMEA, that is structure tree, block diagram, and boundary diagram. We will see in further sessions on all about this in details. And if I talk about PFMEA, then this identification of process steps and sub steps. So basically the tool used for PFMEA, that is structure tree, process flow diagram. So this was the second one, that is structure analysis. And now we will talk about the function analysis. That was the third steps, that is same as DFMEA and PFMEA, and within the DFMEA, association of requirements of the function, and the tool will be used for this, that is function analysis tree and parameter diagrams. And if I talk about PFMEA, then associations of characteristics to the functions, and the tools that will be used for PFMEA, that is function analysis tree and parameter diagram. Now we will talk about the failure analysis, the fourth step, that is, and for this DFMEA and PFMEA will be considered, and within DFMEA, potential failure, failure effects, failure modes, failure causes for each product function, and the tool that will be used for DFMEA, that is parameter design. And if I talk about PFMEA, that potential failure effects, failure modes, failure causes for each process function, and the tool that is used for PFMEA, that is fishbone diagram. And basically this was 4M. Now we have added 2M or additional, that is measurement and mother nature. So while describing this fishbone diagram, I will explain how this are incorporated. Next, fifth step, that is risk analysis. And within the risk analysis, if I talk about DFMEA, then assignment of prevention control to the risk causes, and risk rating, that is deviation, occurrence, and detection. So evaluation of action priority, that is also included in DFMEA. And if I talk about PFMEA, then assignment of prevention control to the risk causes, and risk rating, that is deviation, occurrence, and detection. And the third one, that is evaluation of action priority. So this was the fifth step, that is risk analysis. And the sixth one, that is optimization. So in optimization, if I talk about DFMEA, then that is assignment of responsibilities and due dates are assigned under this. And the next one, that is implementation of actions. And if I talk about the optimization of PFMEA, then assignments of responsibilities and due dates and implementation of actions. And let us see the last one, that is result documentation. So basically these are for the communicated results and conclusions of the analysis. This is within the organization and with customer and the suppliers as incorporated. And document action taken including effectiveness. So basically whatever we have the PFMEA or DFMEA we have done, and if we have not incorporated this within a documentation, then after few months or few years finally we'll come to the same point from we have started. So basically the results has to be documented for future reference, so that we can have set a level, like we have achieved this level, and using that documentation we can have a next level, or we can change to the next level. So basically this was the 7 main steps of new concept of FMEA. And basically let me tell you that this was just a basic introduction. I will in further session I will have the detailed session. In that I will try to explain each and everything with example. And so for today, that's all friend. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit like button for this video, and don't forget to subscribe too. That's all. Thank you.